Hello students, my name is Vibha Sharma. In the last session, we discuss about what are the different terminology used in diseases and all. Today we discuss about what are the chronic diseases and acute diseases and what are the causes of diseases, different manifestation of diseases. So today we start about the acute acute disease. Or directly I would like to clear you the difference between the acute disease and the chronic disease. So here we can discuss the differences as well as the different characters of these diseases. The first one is acute disease. Acute disease, it is the one which has a short duration by relatively severe course. Means most people with acute illness can expect to return to a normal health. So it is of short duration, means in which the patient can recover. So it is of short duration. While chronic diseases, they are of long duration, they are long lasting. Long duration. Second difference is in acute disease, the patient recovers completely after the cure. Patient completely recover. Patient completely recover. While in chronic disease, the patient does not recover completely. Third difference is in acute disease, there is no loss of weight or feeling of tiredness, while in chronic disease, there is often loss of weight or feeling of tiredness. The patient feeling very tidy in case of chronic disease, while in acute, there is no loss of weight, no loss of weight, yeah, weight loss. Fourth difference is no feel of tiredness, while here feel tiredness. In acute disease, there is a loss of work and efficiency power, means which is of short duration. Means so loss of work and efficiency is of short time. While in case of chronic disease, there is a prolonged loss of work and efficiency. Now, in summary of acute and chronic disease, acute disease is the one which is of short duration, which is of relatively a severe course, and the most people with acute illness can expect to return to normal health. While in chronic disease, they do not recover and they do not return to their normal health. For example, in acute disease, the example of acute disease is the common cold and cough. Cold and cough. It is a very common example of acute disease. And another one is the afterwards the patient becomes well without any bad effect and loss of weight or feeling of tiredness, which is of short duration and shortage of breath as well as. But in some cases, acute disease like liver abscess. Abscess means the pus conditions of liver in which they are the completely acute disease which cause death also. It is acute disease, although it is acute disease, but in this liver abscess, because the pus is coming out of the liver, which literally really cause the death of the individual. While in case of chronic disease is the one which is of long lasting and is usually slow to develop, and it has a major effect on health. In this, the patient will also lose weight and it feeling of tiredness all the time. And there is an example of chronic diseases are TB, that is tuberculosis, TB, diabetes, sorry, not diarrhea, that is diabetes, TB, diabetes, asthma, hypertension, etc. are the examples of hypertension. These are the Examples of chronic and acute diseases. Next is the what are the cause of disease? The heading is next heading is cause of disease. There are various causes of disease, and the first one is the pathogen. First is pathogen. Pathogen, I already told you in the last discussion that pathogens are the disease causing organisms. Pathogen are disease causing organisms like bacteria, virus and fungi. So these are disease causing organisms. Example, bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoans. Second one is, and these pathogens are transferred to human beings through air, contaminated food, water, soil and animals, and causes various diseases. Pathogens are the primary cause of infectious diseases. So this is all about pathogens. Second is lack of nutritious diet. This is also another factor which are responsible for the cause of disease, lack of nutritious diet. Unhealthy persons are more susceptible to various diseases in comparison to the healthier persons. So that's why even doctors also said that we should take the nutritious diet or the balanced diet to save ourselves from the various diseases. Third is the lack of public services. Lack of public in this means if government should provide clean drinking water, good sewage disposal, proper garbage disposal, etc. So these are the public services. If the public services are poor, there are more chances of contamination of food and water. So these people may suffer from the if these people means the people which are around the which live their life below the poverty line, and they live in unclean surroundings where the even the basic amenities are lacking. So as it is evident from the above discussion that there are three level causes of diseases, which are the pathogen, lack of nutritious diet, and the third one is lack of public services. Next is types of diseases. Types of diseases. So in this we draw a flow chart. Here the first one is the congenital disease and the acquired disease. Congenital disease and the acquired disease. Congenital disease are present right from the birth, means it is inborn diseases. These are caused either due to genetic disorders or due to environmental factors during development, during embryonic development, or due to combination of the other factors. So these diseases are passed from one generation to another generation, while acquired diseases are those diseases which are acquired by an organism after birth, and they are not inheritable, means they do not pass from one generation to another generation. So it is further categorized into two types: communicable, further categorized, that is communicable or infectious. Second is non communicable. Communicable or infectious disease. In this type of disease, these are diseases which are caused by the pathogen or the infectious agent such as bacteria. Communicable, it all as the name indicates, communicate. It means if one person is suffering from one disease, then the healthy person which in contact with that with the diseased person. So that diseased person must communicate, must communicate means the pathogen must communicate from the diseased body to the healthy body. So they are passed from one person, from one diseased person to the healthiest person. So these disease can spread from the by means of air, means by water, by contaminated food and water, by insect, by physical contact. So these are the communicable diseases. Example is TB or malaria or diarrhea. So these are the communicable diseases. While non-communicable diseases, these diseases can't spread from the infected person to the healthy person. Non-communicable, these are the non-infectious diseases. Examples are non-communicable diseases may be due to these are in which they include the deficiency diseases, allergies, cancer, hay fever, scurvy, rickets. These are the rickets, scurvy, anemia. These are the deficiency diseases which are also non-communicable. So deficiency diseases like anemia, scurvy, etc. These are the non-communicable diseases. This is all about the cause of disease, types of disease, acute and chronic diseases. Now, what are the infectious agents? So, infectious diseases, first of all, we talk about the infectious diseases. Infectious diseases, first of all, infectious agents. And these in the infectious agent, first of all, we talk about bacteria. Bacteria, as you all know, the bacteria are the unicellular or prokaryotic organisms, microscopic organisms, and they reproduce very quickly. Their mode of reproduction is very fast, and the some common diseases caused by bacteria are typhoid, cholera, which is due to contaminated food and water, tuberculosis, tetanus, diphtheria, pneumonia, etc. Second one is virus. Virus, these are the submicroscopic organisms, but they cannot reproduce by themselves because they do not have their own metabolic machinery. They are the connecting link between the living and non-living. If they get the living body, then they can multiply itself in a very fast mode by using the host cell machinery, and they utilize the host cell machinery and multiply very rapidly. And the various diseases which are caused by virus, and the examples are common cold, that is cold, influenza, measles, mumps, AIDS, chickenpox, smallpox, rabies, etc. Third one is protozoans. Here the examples are, these are also some microscopic unicellular eukaryotic organisms in protozoans, and the various diseases caused by protozoan are the malaria, which is caused by the plasmodium, kala azar, which is caused by leishmania. Fourth is by helminthes. Helminthes means by worms. Helminthes examples are, and the branch in which the study of the diseases caused by the helminthes is known as the helminthology. These are the multicellular worms which are mostly present in intestine, and they cause the various diseases like teniasis, which is caused by the Taenia solium, which is the member of Platyhelminthes. Teniasis, Ascariasis, which is the member of SK helminthes, Ascariasis. Elephantiasis, which is caused by the filarial worm, and hence it is also known as filariasis. So elephantiasis and filariasis is one and the same thing. Elephantiasis. Fifth one is the fungi. Fifth is fungi. These are the multicellular eukaryotic heterotrophic organisms, and it is responsible for the various diseases also. Basic the ringworm, which is skin disease. Basically, mostly the skin diseases are caused by the fungi, like ringworm and other skin infection. So these are the various pathogens and disease caused by them. In next session we will talk about what are the means of spread of diseases, how they are transmitted from one person, what is the mode of transmission of the diseases. So in next session we will discuss about it. That's all from my side. Thank you.